Hi everyone. I've flipped the wheel over and I've now drifted in the other 6004 bearing. Now it's very important to make sure that you keep the actual tube aligned because it's a pretty tight fit in there, okay? So I use the axle down through the both sets of bearings and the actual tube to make sure everything is well aligned, and then just very carefully drift the bearing in, squarely and aligned of course, until it gets into its final position. Now I'm ready to put in the 6204 outer bearing, and again I'll go through the same principle, aligning it carefully and using my socket on the outer edge here, and carefully drift that in, followed by my seal. Okay, it's very important not to get the bearing misaligned. That'll cause damage to the bearing, and you may end up jamming the bearing in the recess and have to then drift it out, and the whole thing becomes quite bad and could lead to damage of your new bearing, which you don't want to do. So there you go everybody, it's not terribly difficult to do, just got to be fairly well prepared with your gear, and I'm using plenty of grease, and once I drift this into place and put the seals in their position as well, they'll just snap in quietly. Remember, you shouldn't have to force any of this, everything will just fit in quietly, and then I'm ready to assemble the wheel back onto the bike. Okay, thank you for viewing this. I'm doing this little video, this little series of videos, just to help anybody that has this job to do on their dirt bike or even on their road bike, just to show that it isn't a job that is terribly difficult to do with some basic hand tools. It will save you some money, and the satisfaction you'll get out of a job well done will be worth it in the long run. So thanks for viewing, and I'll catch you a little bit later on. That socket there is actually a 32 that fits nicely on the outer edge of the 6204 bearing, which is the larger of the three bearings.